We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. It is a Baltimore positive. We're getting the Maryland Crab Cake Tour back out on the road. I'm going to have the full schedule next week. I had to put some things together. We have the governor on November the 28th. That's going to happen down in Annapolis. We have the mayor of Baltimore at Coco's working on that, but it did get a side carry-out order for Marcella over at Coco's. We're going to be back at Costas Inn as well, and we're going to be giving away the Ravens scratch-offs. We have a very lucky batch we had up at Hollywood Casino in the sports book 2 weeks ago, as well as our friends at Coco's. We did a show there and had some winners. Our friends at Win Donation, 866-90-NATION, putting the Maryland Crab Cake Tour on the road and keeping the oil change on the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. Our friends at Jiffy Lube Multicare. My little light went on. Wife took it in. 15 minutes later, we got an oil change. Everything is good to go. This guy has been trying to give away millions, if not billions of dollars at various points this month. He's managed to give away a trip to Jacksonville right at the time where it looks like we'll beat Jacksonville, we'll beat Detroit, we'll beat Seattle, Arizona, dare I say Cleveland. John Martin, the air's a little fresher here. The sky's a little more purple when the Ravens play, right? Am I drinking the Kool-Aid?
Someone is full of themselves today. But you know, it's a good day to be full of ourselves. And it's a great day to be, let me get this right, William Jennings of Baltimore, Maryland, because Mr. Jennings has now won the second of two away trips on the team plane to Jacksonville in December, plus a little spending money to enjoy the trip. So now we have our two contestants, William Jennings, breaking news, and Dale Robinson from last month's contest. So lucky winners who they are enjoying, as you are apparently, Nestor, the sweet taste of victory.
Let me say this, because this isn't just a trip to Jacksonville, which I've been on many times. I've been trapped in Jacksonville for 10 days for the Super Bowl back in 2005. Cruise ships, golf courses, Ponte Vedra. I've got friends down there. My elementary school kindergarten teacher resides in Yulee, and I've been trying to get down there and give her some love. She's getting a little older. I hope Miss Wassel is doing well. But I'll say this. I have been on in my career, and we all sort of famously know where I am with the Ravens and media and whatnot, but I have been on their team plane one time in my life. I have been on the team train one time in my life coming back from the Meadowlands on a preseason game. So I did a preseason game. I think it was right after we won the Super Bowl, maybe 2001 with David Modell. We did the train out of New York, and I did a plane ride the same year. 9/11 kind of screwed up the airlines, and you couldn't get places. And Kevin Byrne and David Modell and Brian Billick took pity on me and allowed me to fly home after a victory in Denver. So I've been on these planes, and I'm telling you what, it is like that Seinfeld episode, John. They come by with ice cream. They say, more ice cream, and you say, more of everything. So Jacksonville, it's not the longest flight, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to be taken care of on this plane. You're going to be sitting with the players. It's the same plane. It's a serious experience, John. So I just want to point that out, that what these people are winning isn't going with me to Jacksonville and hanging out at the Quality Inn, which is 5-star in Jacksonville. But they're going to be there for the beatdown beginning to end, because the Ravens are, to my point, the Ravens are playing some good. You will admit, even as a Browns fan, grudgingly, the Ravens have moved up the power chart this week, just a little bit.
Well, and I will admit to two things very quickly. Number one, that you are not the only person on this conversation today who has enjoyed the spoils of traveling on the team plane.
Have you?
Yes.
Where did you go and when? And tell me, did
no?
Come on,
no. This is where it gets a little wonky. So stick with me here.
All right.
My first year here at the Maryland Lottery would have been the football season of 2011. It may have been 2012, but I think it might have been 2011.
We were good both of those years. They were really good seasons for us. Yes.
And my boss at that time, who was the director of the lottery, said, we got this thing. The sponsorship with the Ravens, somebody should go. It's just good. I went last year. I don't want to go this year. You take it. Great. Where's the game? Cleveland, Ohio.
Well,
the kid from Cleveland had a chance to go to Cleveland. And of course I took it, said, thank you, sir. But once I got on the plane, it is all that you said and more.
Oh, absolutely. I
Coach
mean,
Harb came by after the game. I mean, before the game, on the way there, it's almost like going to church. Not a lot of interaction
well, there's a
going
lot
to
of
the game.
headsets on players. Players wear music, and they're very sort of. And yeah, listen, we're not behind the scenes anymore. Social media, the Ravens have these pictures up of these guys getting
Yeah.
on the plane, the
Oh
minute
yeah.
they're getting on the plane. But it's a beautiful look to play one of these $2 tickets and to not even win and the second chance it and do all the stuff my wife does with the app that we talk about here, we talk about on the Crab Cake Tour. And Doug calls you and says, "Hey, William, Mr. Jennings, you won. You're going to Jacksonville." First thing is they don't believe that they won. And then the next thing is they go and they come back and they're like, even if the Ravens don't play great, yeah, I'm thinking that things will be okay. Although that the kid does worry me down there. I keep
Yeah.
picking him every week in Jacksonville,
Yeah.
and
Well,
some weeks it works out better than others. That's all I'm going to say
but
with
it is
him.
an experience these players will never forget. The players meaning lottery players, not
Sure.
necessarily Ravens
It's
players.
a once in a lifetime. I've done it once on a train and once on a plane. And if I got to do it this week, I think it would be cool. If I won, it would be awesome. And I hope they get to sit in the pool down in Jacksonville. That's one thing they have in Jacksonville. They don't have in Cleveland and Baltimore. They got a pool right there in the stadium. So I got in that a couple years ago.
Wow.
I did it. Yeah.
Wow. No. That was a lot of fun. You know what else is fun?
What else is
'Cause
fun? You got a
because
segue for me. Go ahead.
because it's that because it's that you caught me because it's that time of the year. Believe it or not, check your calendar, check the weather outside. We're talking holidays. Happy holidays to you, Nestor.
Happy holidays to you. I'm trying to get through Halloween. Are we talking? Are we
We are
talking
past.
straight up eggnog, cookies, the whole deal
We
right
are
now?
so far
Santa, the whole
past.
thing, right?
We are so far past Halloween. We are talking about today. We have kicked off, and I'm good to say that because we're recording this today. But whenever people hear it, it'll still be today to them.
Right.
Today, they can go to their lottery retailer, and we have 4,400 of them around the great state of Maryland, and they can pick one of six, no less than six holiday scratch off options. And
I'm a sucker for snow globes. You know this about me, don't you?
you know what? If we have catered to every
There's
wish and
gingerbread
dream.
here. There's peppermint payout.
The $1 ticket is called Oh Snap, and it is a gingerbread scented ticket. Scratch, sniff.
It says right on there in red, scented.
Yes, yes. So that's a fun ticket at the $1 price point. Top
It's
prize.
calorie free, right? It's okay to smell it.
Oh,
When you eat it, the gingerbread you have to worry about. Okay.
No, and I would say that it is our policy not to encourage eating of lottery tickets. Scratching, sniffing is okay. Please do not ingest a lottery ticket.
We give a lot of disclaimers around here. That's one that just because it smells good doesn't mean you should eat it. I understand. Is that new, John? That's a very John. Are you John Martin or are you John Waters? What are you? I mean,
you know what?
I don't even know you anymore, John.
That's only the first part. That's only the first part, because if you try to come in after ingesting it and claim you have a winner, I don't want to tell you what the process is.
Listen, yeah, we're not going there.
We are way off course now.
How long have we had scented tickets? I mean, seriously.
Oh, for years. No, it's not the kind of thing you want to, go to so that it's not new and novel anymore. But we've done the peppermint scented thing, which you correctly identified at the $3 peppermint payout multiplier, top prize $30,000.
That's scented too. It says it right there.
Peppermint. Now, I'm going to tell you, unless you like your gingerbread and your peppermint together, buy them at two separate times.
2 different days of the week. Yeah,
2 different days of the week. Do something there. But in between that, we have our $2 unwrap the cash. Top prize $5,000. At our $5 price point, holiday cash. Top prize $50,000. And then for those of you that enjoy snow globe, so you've got a snow globe thing going on. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I love snow globes. They're pretty. My mom loved them. Yes, so I love them. Yes.
We have a multiple design feature for the snow globes, meaning we will have during the holiday seasons between now and until they run out sometime in, let's say, mid-December, right before the holidays. We will feature a holiday scene in the snow globe, and then from roughly the middle of December through when we stop, maybe sometime in February or March, it'll be a wintry scene. So same value, $10, same top price, $100,000, but we will change up kind of midway and give you a chance to purchase a little different scene at the $10 price point. And then finally wrapping it up, because 5 tickets just isn't enough. This is a big holiday season. We will introduce a $20 ticket called Win 100, 200, or 500.
That doesn't smell like eggnog or anything, right? That's no, not fruitcake, nothing like that. Okay.
Nope. But it does smell like either
roasting on an open fire.
It does smell like either 100, 200, or 500. So don't look for no $50 winner here. You won't find one. Only 3 prizes. So you spend $20 for the ticket, $500 top prize. But the point is there are lots of them. So $100, $200, $500, only 3 prize tiers. Very popular ticket anytime we launch it throughout the year. Even more popular, I think, during the holiday season. So 6 new holiday tickets in store today. But the real fun part, as we just found out from Mr. William Jennings, is sometimes when you don't win cash, those tickets still have value in our second chance program. And we have 12 weeks of extra chances to win holiday cash by submitting your non-winning entries into your My Lottery Rewards program. And starting next week, the week of August, what week is it? October.
It's October. Yes.
Wow. Really? Did I miss August? What happened in August?
This is a holiday segment. I mean, why wouldn't it be October? I mean, you would never want to do a holiday segment in December because that'd be too late.
No, you'd miss the whole thing. Wake me when it's over. You'd miss the whole thing. So by October 30th, we will draw our first $5,000 winners. There will be 5 of them. And for the next 12 weeks, we will select each week, and entries are cumulative. So if you continue to buy tickets, continue to add, but your tickets are still in the big virtual bin. Each week, 5, did I say $1,000 winner? They're $5,000 winners, 5 $5,000 winners until the very last 12th week, which will be, for those of you keeping score, January 16th.
That's a partridge in a pear tree for those of you keeping track of that too. Yes.
Nice. 12, in addition to the 5 $5,000 winners, we will have 2 $100,000 winners. That's a lot.
That's a good way to start 24, I think.
It's an excellent way. So holiday tickets in store, second chance contest rolling on. I'm so excited I can barely speak, but that's exactly what's going on. Whew,
John Martin is the executive director of all things Maryland Lottery and Gaming. We give away these Ravens scratch-offs, and he gets more excited giving the money away than some of the people like, I only won $5, only won hey, you won. I mean, I tell people they win, and you can win too. Come on out and do our crab cake tour. Listen, I know you like to avoid controversy here, but how early is too early for Mariah Carey to start singing a holiday? Because, I mean, I'm now looking at the screen at peppermints and gingerbreads and snow globes, and I've already sang a little Nat King Cole. Is it already that time, really? I mean, that we're going to start hearing the music and like seeing the lights?
Isn't it something about that song? I mean, isn't it like the most, other than White Christmas, isn't it like ranking up there in the top?
It's the modern White Christmas. Yeah, I would say that. Yes.
Wow.
So it's not, she sort of is Christmas, like Burl Ives, right? I mean, right? I mean, a little bit, right?
I'm not following that.
No, I think when you hear her voice, you think Christmas now. Like
I do.
Yeah, I mean, Mariah Carey, she had a whole thing, but now I see snow globes, and the first thing I think is Mariah Carey, and I think, we haven't even played the World Series yet. But the holiday
What are you doing to me here? You're setting me up with lines I can't follow up on.
I'm trying to give you a segue here into more winners because we've had more winners here.
Yep, here's a segue. And if you're talking about nostalgia and looking back, here's a segue, and I'm gonna really change the mood here. Are you ready?
All right.
We do winners at mdlottery.com. Check out the website any day of the week, all year long. And we have great winner stories. And I'm scrolling through the winner stories, and there's a picture of a guy, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that looks exactly like my late stepfather.
Okay.
And I
doppelganger type of thing. Okay, all right.
This is Mr. Paul Ambrester Jr., who just won $50,000 in a scratch off, and he is talking about it being good fortune. He had this dream about triple zeros, and so he went and he played 0, 0, 0 into pick 3, and didn't win on that. Bought a scratch off ticket, and the game was called $50,000 cash. He scratches it off and he sees triple zeros in the display. And then he sees the 50 to the left of that. meaning he won $50,000. And the picture of the guy, he's got the white goatee. He's got his glasses on the top. Do you ever put the glasses on top of the head? I never do.
Well, I
But
don't have what happens. I see I have readers on now, but like I
yeah,
have those newfangled where the high low and
yeah, right,
so I don't
right.
ever have to take them off. But
Yeah,
I mean, it does make you look professorial when you do that, I think.
exactly. And my late stepfather looked. This guy's got the white goatee. He's got the twinkle in his eye, the glasses on. I'm thinking, wow, wow,
He's an
that is
Overly
something.
guy, so he's a good dude. One of my people,
Yeah.
East Side guys, over and Overly. So congrats to
Oh,
Paul for winning 50 grand. Congrats to Mr. Jennings, William Jennings, who will be go. Maybe we can make him our Jacksonville insider. Now we've had both of the home run riches contestants agree to come on Baltimore Positive with Doug. We're setting that up for sometime in November, and we're wondering like the season's over, whatever. But I mean, listen, you're a Cleveland sports fan. There's always hope, right?
yes, yes. Where are you going with this?
That there's got to be hope for next season if we have baseball winners on, right?
Oh, yeah. The baseball. I thought you were going back to something else there.
Well, the
Of
World
course,
Series
there's
is going on. I mean, they're going to have fun in Philadelphia, I think.
you know what? I just can't. I think we talked about this before. Unless you're invested in it, okay. I just don't want the Astros to win. I've seen enough of
That's a
their.
good philosophy.
I've seen
I'm
enough
all
of their
in on that
nonsense.
philosophy.
I kind of like the Phillies. I kind of like Schwarber leading off and Harper. I mean, the potential, and it's happened recently. 2 bombs in the first inning, and like
Every
you're
time
reeling.
Schwarber hits one, it like if you put a shadow around him, he looks like Babe Ruth. He kind of swings
Yeah.
like Babe Ruth. He kind of trots like Babe Ruth. And I'm like, that's kind of cool that he, of all the guys, there's a guy that plays that looks like he played 100 years ago to me. So
He
I
does. He
sort of
does have
pull
that.
for him a little bit.
Well, I never will because he was on the
Cubs.
2016 Chicago Cubs, so
Yeah.
I can't do.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I mean, envy's such a terrible thing. One day the
Oh,
Guardians will win. One day the Orioles will win. I believe that. I just hope
you
I
know,
live long enough.
well, we always enjoy being out in the community. You know that. You
What are you
enjoy being
doing?
out in the
You got things
community.
happening here?
We got something happen here that I just have to acknowledge. I just can't pass it up. Coming up on the weekend at Patterson Park is the Bar Barks Toberfest. Barks Toberfest. It is the 19th annual Barks Toberfest. It is a fundraiser for the pet community, the cats and dogs,
Well, I
and
love
they
Barks. So
and they
my wife
have
donates
the
to them all the time. They've got a new facility down in Cherry Hill. I know they had a call out this week for animals because they have a lot of animals and they need people to get out
yes,
there and love these
yes,
animals. So
yes.
yes.
So we will be there. Stop by the Maryland Lottery booth for fun and games. But I can't wait for the popular Ready, Set, Sniff 5K run and 1 mile walk. And we talked about scratch and sniff tickets. That's one
People
thing.
are going to dress these dogs up though. It's Halloween, right? It's going to be
Ready,
fun.
Set, Sniff. That's something that I would think is a good rule for any of us at any point in life.
We've already gone through this with the gingerbread tickets. I mean, you're a guy doling out gingerbread tickets and peppermint tickets. And I'm sort of amazed by this. Like, I didn't even know there was such a thing. So, did a lot of sniffing here in this segment here.
There
We
has
better
been.
we better be careful. Any sports wagering news, anything I need to know going into November here. I mean, the one thing I'll tell you is I pick the games. It's really tough to pick football games, John. And I always tell people take it easy, go responsibly. I'm picking every game every week as part of my segment with Hollywood. It's harder than you think, even if you think you know a lot about football. It's tough.
Now, are you just picking like over unders?
No, I'm picking
Points?
against the spread and just
Okay.
winners. So every week I'm picking,
Okay.
12, 13, 14 games, however many there
Yeah,
are
that
with
is
the
tough.
bye and whatnot. And damn if I'm not 6-6-1 or 7-6-1, 6-7. I mean, it's really hard. Now I'm ahead for the year by 10. I've gotten up a little bit. I was 51-40-3 when the week started last week, but I didn't have a great week. And I'll just say this: it's fun though. It's enhanced my fun at 4 o'clock to be picking against Christian here at Hollywood because I don't have any money on it, but I want to win. It's fun to win,
Of course you do. It's fun. Now you pick all the games. You just pick 2 or 3 games a
I'm
week.
picking every game, every week, all season long, just to see if I'd be good at it or
If
not.
you know
Because I
what you're
used to
doing,
do
right?
it, and
Yeah.
I used to be really good at it, like on the radio. And this is before like legal and like people would listen on Friday and call in and be talk point spreads or whatever. And my picks, we used to have a pigskin pick 'em in our fax machine. And the late great intern, my friend John Nadolny, used to grade them every Monday. He would come in. John had some special needs. He was a wonderful man, a great intern. I went to community college with him, and we had a pigskin pick 'em every week, and our fax machine would be spitting out. We'd have to be putting in reams of paper. And this is the beginning of the 97, 98,
Yeah.
99. Picking the games is fun. And then that sort of all went away when fantasy started. And now we have, legitimate, you can do anything, anytime mobile. I'd always tell people to be careful with it, but it is fun. It's fun
It
having a
it
side and saying 3 points, 3.5 points, the Chargers have the ball, and what's going to happen?
Yeah, yeah. No, it is definitely fun. Again, as we stress, oftentimes you and I both play responsibly and know what you're wagering. Know the odds of what you're wagering. Yeah, to do the over under or do the money line or whatever. When you start getting into some of the prop bets and things that are a little squirrely, you want to be. They can be fun, but just have a budget, have a plan, stick with it, and
Well,
enjoy the game.
parlays are harder. Let's just say that out loud. I'll
Sure,
give that as a
sure,
public address announcement, right?
sure,
Parlays are tough.
sure, sure, sure. And so, who'd you have in the Browns Colts?
I took.
I'm
I
sorry.
lost that one. I
I'm
lost that one. And we had a
I'm sorry.
I took the Colts. And you know
Can
what
you hear me?
happened with the
Because I
Colts?
can't hear
Here's
you.
what happened with the Colts. They came out and they wore the jerseys they should have been wearing all along. They were so ugly. They were so hideous. The horseshoe was black like my soul, like my father's soul after the team was stolen.
Oh,
So I would say
whoa.
this. When this was the first week I looked at them, they didn't look like Unitas or Art Donovan or Lenny Moore or any who was on
Yeah,
the field at the Ring of
yeah.
Honor the other day. So I think they should keep those uniforms, is what I think.
I it doesn't matter to me.
Well, the Browns look goofy running around in that white a couple weeks ago. Did you think? A little weird.
No. They had all white. Everybody had all white back
Do you
then.
have
I
a
mean,
preference? Do you like the brown tops and orange pants or the white pants or like the modern Browns since they no offense, since Art moved the team here and they've kind of stunk for 25 years. They've done all these weird things with words on their and I'm thinking to myself,
yeah,
just wear what Jim Brown wore. Where would Ozzie Newsome more? Like I think the Browns, the simplicity. I made fun of it back in the '90s. I did when we stole the team. I called them M&M helmets and all that. But like there is something about that that's like the Tigers or the Yankees that I have a lot of respect for.
yeah. Classic, classic. Right.
Classic.
Yeah.
Look what
Penn
the
State.
Giants did this week. Wearing
Penn
those
State.
Penn. There you go.
I
Enough
mean,
said, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I growing up, the white on white, the brown on white, orange helmets. I don't need orange jerseys, orange pants, orange socks. Whatever. Yeah, to me, brown and white, white, white. That's it. Be done with
Next week on the program, we'll discuss the Keebler Elf guy that they have there on the field there. John Martin is here. He's executive director of all things Maryland Lottery and Gaming. And getting out this week, make sure you get to Patterson Park and help the folks at Barks, and make sure you're playing responsibly. Maryland Crab Cake Tour is coming at you hard and fast this month. Next month, we're going to be twice a week. We're getting out. We're doing lots of stuff. I'm seeing the governor. I'm seeing the mayor. I'm getting around town. We got some celebs coming out. Gina Shock wants to come back and have a crab cake as well. The Crab Cake Tour is always presented by our friends at the Maryland Lottery. I'll have Ravens scratchers. Now, trips, where are we with the Ravens game? Just so I know. Jacksonville, are we done with Jacksonville trips now?
Yes.
We're done.
Yes.
Okay.
There were just two winners. They are both been selected. So plenty of cash prizes still to be won. Plenty of experiential prizes.
Tickets for life still there, right?
Tickets for life. So
Okay.
lots of things. Don't think the whole thing is over now. No, not by a long shot.
That's what I said last week when the Ravens came back from, it's not over. It's not over by a long shot. And it isn't, right?
Go to mdlottery.com and remember the keywords for this week: ready, set, sniff.
Gingerbread ticket. Now I've got to get those and put them in my bag. It is the holiday season. 'Tis the season around here. I'm enjoying some apple cider. I've been enjoying some pumpkin spice things this time of the year. We're getting a costume together. The World Series is going on, and our friends at the Maryland Lottery cranking up our Maryland Crab Cake Tour, presented in part by our friends at Window Nation as well as Jiffy Lube Multi Care. Make sure you're playing responsibly out there. We're getting back after you. I'm Nestor. We're WNST AM 1570 Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Ravens victories and Baltimore positive.